Welcome, one and all. My name is Jason Davis. This is Empower Volusia Common Sense, and I'm coming to you from an undisclosed location, hidden in an iron bunker, and we're guarded by 2 rabid Pomeranians and 1 crazy cat, and the date is December 6th, 2019, and let's see, tomorrow is December 7th, and that's the day that shall live in infamy as the let's see, is that when it happened? Pearl Harbor Day? I'm thinking Pearl Harbor Day is tomorrow. I might have to quickly look that up on the internet there for you, and you might hear some clickety-clicks here as we look up Pearl Harbor Day, and the date is, tomorrow, December 7th. I was correct. Finally, huh? Anyways, so there we go. Today is December 6th. Tomorrow's December 7th. Happy Pearl Harbor Day. There's only a few of the remaining survivors left of the Pearl Harbor attack from World War II. So with that, we wish them well. We say thank you for your service. Welcome home, my brothers and sisters. And we celebrate Pearl Harbor Day. Anyways, we're going to move on here to other exciting things. I have to apologize to you folks because I haven't been on the old podcast computers for a couple of weeks. It's just been the same mundane, ridiculous, droning every day in and day out about, I don't know, impeach the president. That's what we got to do. We got to impeach the president. Impeach. Well, getting tired of it. Why are they impeaching? Well, they're impeaching, let's be realistic, because they're trying to overturn the 2016 election where Donald J. Trump won against the anointed one, the one that was supposed to be next, amidst Hillary Clinton, and he won an election by literally a landslide. They should actually get over that, to be honest with you. They should really get over all that craziness, because I'll tell you right here now, folks, the elections are over. It happened. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. I don't care if you like him. I don't care if you hate him. I don't care if you disagree with his tweets. I don't care, because he's the president. He's the one that the American people elected to be the leader of this country. And it just, this is all we could say about it.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
That's right. Apparently somebody didn't communicate to the Democratic Party that he is the president. But they've been, ever since the 9th of November, they've been trying to impeach the president of the United States. It's terrible. I mean, it's been horrible. And that's what we're here to talk about today is Nancy Pelosi is really destined and determined to impeach the president.
Here you go again.
Absolutely. Again and again and again and again. And it's kind of amazing what they do here is, first things first, Nancy is pushing this impeachment. She says, oh, no, we're not. I don't hate it. Oh, I pray for the president. Oh, we take this very solemnly and very soberly. And oh, my gosh, this is a terrible thing. Yeah, you're right. It's a terrible thing. And you're still pushing it. But here's what she said about 6 months ago about Donald Trump and this impeachment situation.
What's more serious is that he can't win. That is very serious to our country.
She was talking in front of a group of people in a rally, and she said he can't win the presidency. But we all know he's going to. I mean, he's going to get reelected, folks. There's just really no if, ands, or buts about it, because every day that the Republicans get out there and they start fighting and bringing up all this impeachment stuff, Donald Trump's loving this. To be honest with you, he's loving this, because here's the deal. This is the deal, and I had to explain this to the lovely better half here, because she doesn't understand all the ins and outs of government. I was in government. Let me explain. I was in government. I was the highest elected official in my county, in Volusia County, Florida. That's why I have a iron bunker in the upper western highlands of Volusia County. But I understand what the guy's going through. I really, really do, because I went through the same exact thing. They tried to recall my election, which failed. I financed my entire election like he did. Only until after the primary did I get any help from anybody else. And with a whopping $13,000, yes, a whopping $13,000, I won the highest elected official against a embedded millionaire who put a lot of money. He put over $140,000 into his campaign, and I beat him with a $13,000. It's not about the money, folks. Although that's exactly what these Democrats all think about it. This is just about the money. He's a billionaire. It's not about the money, folks. It's about the support. And it's not about that. So anyways, you get the support from the people. And when you watch these rallies, Donald Trump shows up in a football stadium and they pack it from floor to ceiling. He shows up at a convention center. It's standing room only. Who has the support of the American people? The guy that's getting the job done. But we're digressing. We're going to go back to the impeachment thing. So here we go. I guess this is probably a fitting thing to play here, because that's what this thing is. This is a complete and total soap opera as the stomach turns, with our stars of Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, Jerry Nadler, and the entire Democrat Party, as they make us all sick with their constant droning of one word. They can't do anything other than just file for impeachment and fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. That's what they did. I mean, even Nadler said this yesterday, and yesterday was December 5th. He said, we can impeach today. And if it passes through the House, but it doesn't go through the Senate, we can do it again. And that's true. There's no such thing as double jeopardy on an impeachment. You have the right of double jeopardy here, and according to the Constitution, you cannot be charged with the same crime over and over and again until they get a conviction. But in an impeachment style of inquiry or an impeachment trial, you can be charged with the same crime over and over and over. And even Nancy Pelosi said that yesterday. She says, we will, if it doesn't pass through the Senate, then we'll just keep looking. We'll keep looking. We'll keep looking. My goodness. Here's what this is, folks. And we talked about this before. This is called truthification. Okay, and I found this word. It's not a real word, but we're going to try to make it a word, as I said before. We're going to try to make the word truthification a real word, something in the dictionary. And here is your definition. When you tell a lie over and over and over again, and in politics, you spread it to the media so that they report it. And then when they report it, because you leak it out, you don't say it right out front. You leak it out to the media, and they report it over and over and over and over again. Then you come around and you grab that, which you've already leaked, and you say, see, the media is saying it's happened, so it must be true. And that's exactly what's going on, is a massive campaign of truthification, or, as Nancy Pelosi likes to call it, the cleanup smear. Oh, let's see. Come on. There we go. Oh, we're going to push this button here. Hold on one second. I had the soundbite up for you. Here, this is what it's called. This is called the cleanup smear.
If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest.
Mm-hmm. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest. Then you leak it. And then the media picks it up. They run with it, and then you pick it up back from the media and say, hey, look, the media reported on it. It must be true, and it's not. No, it's not true. But this is the agenda. This is the total agenda of the Democratic Party.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
And I miss my sound bites so much. I haven't been having any fun. So this is what's going on. The government is running this impeachment campaigns, or pretty much what they are. They're impeachment campaigns, and they're running it, well, let's be realistic, like a three-ring circus. And what they're doing is they're just trying to get everybody on board. And the clowns are in charge, folks, really. The clowns are totally in charge of what's going on. And we call them the clowns because they're making a mockery of our country. They're making a mockery and a joke of our Constitution. This is not what the Founding Fathers wanted. And when they had the 4 scholars up there, they had 3 of them which were absolute hatred for Donald Trump. These people hated Donald Trump with an absolute passion to the point where they picked on his 13-year-old son, which is despicable. The kid is just a kid. He didn't run for office. That's off limits. You don't attack friends. Well, you don't attack family, especially the children. Wives and children did not want to be in that position. Barron Trump was living the good life in New York City. You know, with his dad as a multi-billionaire, he was being trained to come on up and take part of the business and be a multi-millionaire himself, if not a multi-billionaire. Why would he want to live in the White House? A smaller living quarters than he had in New York City. Talk about downsizing. I mean, gosh. What, they got 10,000 square feet up there in the White House. He had 15,000 square feet up in Trump Towers. Really. The kid had anything he wanted, anything he needed. Of course, he had to work for it. I mean, I understand Donald and Melania do not just give the kids anything. No, you want something, you have to earn it. Oh, my goodness. No way. Say it isn't so. Yes, it's called being a parent. Your children earn what they get. But anyways, so, I mean, picking on a 13-year-old child is way off limits there, folks. I don't care who you are. Shame on you. You need to be publicly ridiculed and chastised for doing something that was just inappropriate and just ridiculous. So part of our, as we've always said, part of the impeachment inquiry has been this phone call, which, let's break it down, folks. Let's break it right down. We know, anybody with a half a brain, and I have more than half a brain, but anybody with half a brain, so that means even a Democrat, knows they're going to follow through and file and pass their impeachment articles. Here's the funny part. On Monday. Yes, on Monday. Let's see, today is the 6th, so 7th, 8th. Oh, yes, December 9th. They're going to bring forth to the floor the articles of impeachment. Why? Why are they rushing through this to bring the articles of impeachment to the floor on the 9th of December? Think that through for 10 seconds. I caught it immediately yesterday. I heard it and I went, no, I better double check. And I did double check. Why are they doing that? It's a very simple fact. They want to be in the limelight. They have to have the cameras there. They want everybody to focus on impeachment. ABC, NBC, CNN, MSNBC, all of them, E-SPAN, everybody wants you to focus on impeachment. They don't want you to listen to the report from AG Barr to the Senate Judiciary Committee about the FISA violations. What? Yes, you may not have realized this, but Monday, the report on the FISA violations where they were illegally wiretapping and spying on a candidate for president, Donald J. Trump, to try to get some sort of information using an unverified dossier, which was actually written in 2011, 11 years ago, 2007. It was written by the CEO of GPS Fusion, and it was a op-ed article in the New York Times about how these Russians were colluding with individuals in the United States government and how they were, shall we say, working underhandedly to thwart our elections. That was written in 2007, long before Donald Trump even thought about being president. Who was president then? Let me see. Think. Oh, yeah. Barack Obama was about to be president. He knew this because it was in the newspaper. It was a very long op-ed article. You need to look it up. Look it up and find out that information, because basically his op-ed discussions were literally transferred from one page to another page 11 years later. They took 2007 report, a big long write-up op-ed article, and they just moved it over and created and transferred all that information over to a FISA warrant. And they scribbled out the names, and they wrote Donald Trump. Oh. Go ahead. I dare you to look it up. I dare you. Double dog dare you. So anyways, and here's the weird thing. This is the game that these Democrats are playing, folks. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine who is a Democrat. Yes, I have a Democrat friend. And he will remain nameless. Or she. He might be a whistleblower, so it's a he or she, right? No. Anyways, my friend will remain nameless. And he said, oh, yes, because he talked with me just yesterday, and he says, oh, yeah, they're going to have another hearing on Monday. They're going to go through the articles of impeachment. I says, isn't that just coincidental that they're going to do that on the same day that A.G. Barr is going to give his report on FISA abuse to the Senate Judiciary Committee? Isn't it just amazing how that happened? He goes, well, that's just a coincidence. Bravo Sierra, folks. Bravo Sierra. That's BS for you who are not military. The Democrats know everybody's timelines and agendas. Yes, they do. They know everybody's timelines and agendas. They know what the president's doing. Just like when I was in office, my schedule was made out 3 months in advance. His is probably made 6 months out in advance. I mean, I was just running around the county and maybe going to D.C. to meet with, congressmen and senators to work out, things up there, which, by the way, is the same thing that Donald J. Trump does with every foreign leader, and Barack Obama did, and Bill Clinton did, and Gerald Ford did, and Ronald Reagan did. Every single president negotiates deals with foreign nations so we don't have to go to war, so we get good trade, so that we have better relations. It's called negotiating relationships. Maybe everybody needs to think that one out too. But moving on. I knew 2 months ago, Fox News knew, CNN News knew, every news organization knew that A.G. Barr is going to be in front of the Judiciary Committee in the Senate to give his report on FISA violations. And why does he do it? Because the Senate are the adults in the Congress at this moment. Because these children that are running around, who they may be older, they may have been there for 40 years and done nothing, like Joe Biden, but they're acting like children. So we need the adults in the room to step forward to say, okay, let's listen to Mr. Barr. And that's what they will do. They will listen to Mr. A.G. Barr, the Attorney General of the United States, who has done a very extensive investigation into FISA court violations. And he has already told everybody 2 months ago on December 9th, he's going to release the report and give his report to the Senate. Oh, so now we have to do impeachment inquiries and hearings on the 9th. But the American people are really kind of tired of that, so I don't know about you. I'm probably going to end up going to C-SPAN on the Senate side just to listen to what's really going on, because I don't care about the impeachment, because it's really ridiculous. Because when this thing leaves the House of Representatives, as I started to explain earlier, you can do the articles of impeachment, and these articles of impeachment will then be voted on the floor. We know there are going to be, well, I don't know, it's kind of gray right now, but there might be 218 people that want to say yes, but there are 30 people in that pile that are saying yes that are going to lose their reelection to the House because those are in Trump solid districts. You better vote no if you want to stay in that job. Although retirement's not bad for the Congress. You just serve one day and you get full retirement. Isn't that a great job? I wish I had that job. But anyways, that's what's going on. So the articles of impeachment will pass. We're almost positive about that. And then it will go directly to the Senate, to where the Senate will then vote to even accept this farce of an investigation. And Donald Trump, here's what Donald Trump is saying.
Go ahead. Make my day.
You're dang right. He is ready for a trial because out of all the hearsay discussion and out of all the hearsay witnesses and the people who have no firsthand evidence, then they're going to be thrown out. That evidence cannot be used in a court of law, and this is going to be run like a court of law where real witnesses, fact witnesses, people with real facts are going to be there. And the only evidence you have is a transcript, the testimony from Mr. Solomon, ambassador to the EU, Donald J. Trump, president of the United States, and President Zelensky from the Ukraine. Now, are you going to subpoena Zelensky? Go ahead, but I don't think he'll show up. So, what's going to happen there? Well, once that piece of paper leaves the House of Representatives,
Let's get ready to rumble!
And Donald J. Trump does not back down from a fight, folks. No way he does. So, to be honest with you, what we're going to actually get out of the Senate, out of the United States Senate, 100 members are going to get one thing that a lot of the Democrats don't like.
You can't handle the truth!
That's it. They're going to get the truth. The truth will come out that this is all hearsay. The truth will come out that there was no crime. The truth will come out that there was no quid pro quo. There was no bribery. There is no obstruction of justice. There is nothing, and there will be actually, oh my goodness, how about this, folks? Sit down, sit back. Probably a fair trial. That's what the Senate's very well known for, is giving fair opportunity and fair trial. If it even goes that far. Mitch McConnell has said this is dead on arrival. Because once it gets there, they have to vote whether they're going to accept or not accept this evidence as impeachable evidence. And they don't have to, and it is a Republican-controlled Senate. So, folks, sit back. Let's just watch the fur fly, because I'm telling you, this is going to be a wild ride for the next month or two. And we all know one thing for sure, that the United States Senate, they're going to use the rule of law, they're going to use proper judicial procedures, and they're also going to use some common sense.